What's going on, everyone? This is Lior with Compass out of Boston, and in this video we're going to be talking about whether a condo is a good investment around the Boston area. So let's get at it. What's going on, everyone? My name's Lior and I'm with Compass out of Boston, and in this video we're going to be talking about whether a condo is a good investment around the Boston area. Now, before we get into it, two quick things. Number one, if you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, smash that subscribe button. I put out tons of new videos every single week talking all about what it's like to live around different neighborhoods in Boston, tips on buying, tips on selling and investing, and so on. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, smash that button. And number two, if you guys are thinking about doing anything with real estate anywhere around the greater Boston area, whether it's buying, selling, investing, whatever it is, I get so many phone calls from you guys watching my videos, and I absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about doing anything, shoot me a call, send me a text, send me an email, hit me up on Instagram, whatever it is, and I will help you out. So let's get into today's content. And the reason I decided to make today's video is because I've been having a lot of conversations with you guys who've been watching my videos, and a lot of you guys seem to be kind of stuck in between. Should I buy a condo? Should I maybe buy a 2 or 3 family? I'm not sure which one could be the better investment opportunity. And let me say this, for some of you guys, buying a condo is definitely the right move. For some of you guys, buying a 2 or 3 families, it's definitely the right move, right? There's no right answer. It really depends on you. But I wanted to talk about some of the fears you may have had if you're thinking, well, I think condo's the better choice for me, but is it as good of an investment opportunity? So if you're not sure whether the condo is the right path for you or the multifamily, and you've got those fears about could condo be worse if I think it's the right path, let's talk about a couple of points that should kind of settle some of those fears about why condo could still be the right move and be a good investment for you. So point number one that I've heard is, hey, do condos have a lower appreciation rate than if I were to buy a multifamily or even a single family? And the answer is typically no. Most residential real estate kind of grows at the same appreciation rate, right? So if you have a 2-family that you bought, it should grow more or less at the same rate as a condo. And it makes sense because a 2-family is nothing more than just essentially 2 condos, right? I mean, if you wanted to, you could really just condo out that 2-family, sell them as 2 separate units to 2 separate owners. So it wouldn't really make sense that a 2 or 3 family would have a different rate of appreciation in terms of growth than a regular condo. So from that perspective, I would tell you, I would treat residential real estate as all having basically the same approximate growth rate in terms of appreciation. Obviously, when you're dealing with commercial and other stuff, it could be completely different, but for our purposes, I would say treat it the same. Point number two you might be thinking about is, if your plan is to say live in that condo and then for a year or two and then potentially use it as a rental property down the line, you might be worried, well, is it going to be as good for my cash flows because of the HOA fees, right? And here's the deal. Obviously, if you can buy a 2 or 3 family, yes, you might get a little bit more cash flow because you have more units, right? The more units you own, typically the more cash flow you get. But if you really compare it on a basis to basis point, the fact that you have the HOA fee on the condo, as long as you choose a strategic HOA, shouldn't really impact you that much, because most HOA fees for your basic condo associations include water and sewer and master insurance for the entire building, right? Because as a condo owner, you only pay interior insurance, which is a super cheap policy. So then the association will pay the master insurance for the whole building. And when you compare that to ownership of a 2 or 3 family, again, you're going to be paying water and sewer for all units, right? So because most 2 or 3 families anywhere around the greater Boston area do not have separate water and sewer meters. You only have one. So you're still going to pay that whether it's a condo fee or not. Plus your insurance, obviously, for a multifamily is going to be more expensive because you're going to just, instead of getting an interior and a master, you're just going to get one more comprehensive policy. So all in all, as long as you choose a strategic condo fee, for your condo, and you're not taking like a $600 condo fee that includes lavish amenities like swimming pool or gym. And hey, if you want that for yourself, you should, but I'm just talking from a financial perspective. As long as you don't do that, it should be pretty apples to apples in terms of your responsibilities of what you're going to pay as a condo owner from a rental perspective, as well as a multifamily. Point number 3 about why a condo may be the right choice for you is actually a condo could provide you with much less headache responsibilities or maintenance responsibilities and headaches overall. And what I mean by that is if you own a 2 or 3 family, you own the entire building, right? So if you have any issues with siding, roofing, mechanicals, whatever, right? Any plumbing leaks, whatever it may be, those fall 100% on your head. And it falls on your head from a financial perspective, right? You got to cover the entire bill. And also from a logistical perspective, you got to go deal with all that issues, right? You're the main point person because it's your building. Now with condos, it's a little different, right? With condos, first of all, from a financial perspective, it's not going to be fully on your head, right? Let's say your association is replacing the siding or the roofing. You're going to split that with your other owners, right? So let's say you've got a 3 family and you guys decide to do the roof. You guys will split it more or less 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, right? So it's not like the bill falls on your head. Plus, also from a logistical perspective, unless you're going to be kind of the main person handling that in the association, it's likely that there's going to be someone else who's kind of the point person from a project management perspective. So you won't necessarily have to go out, deal with all the contractors, make sure they're on site, doing all the work, not screwing you, all that fun stuff that comes with managing contractors. So again, from a maintenance perspective and having headaches, condos could actually provide a lot of relief. So if you're not full-time in real estate and you've got other demanding jobs, other demanding side hustles, whatever it may be, that could actually be a huge positive for you. And finally, point number 4 that I'll make here is when you're going to be buying a condo, it's typically going to be at a much lower price than the same equivalent multifamily in the same market, right? So if you take a condo versus a 2 family in the same city, obviously a 2 or 3 family is going to be much, much more expensive. So the amount of debt that you're going to be taking on, right, the mortgage is going to be way lower for a condo versus a 2 or 3 family. Now, obviously the argument is, well, yeah, if I'm going to have a higher mortgage, but in theory I should have higher rents as well. And that's absolutely correct. But I know some people, the way they think about it, especially in the wake of coronavirus and especially in the wake of the new eviction rules in Massachusetts, right, where we can't evict anyone as of August 2020, even if they don't pay rent, you're kind of taking on a little bit more risk right now, right? I mean, if this is going to be your first property and you may not be super well capitalized in terms of cash, right, having one tenant screw you can be a huge deal, and you've got a huge debt service obligation to cover. So I've heard some people say, you know what, I'd rather just take on a smaller mortgage right now, less overall responsibility, less overall debt responsibility. And that way I know I can cover that no matter what happens. And I don't have to put myself in a position where if for whatever reason I get screwed by another tenant, I won't be in trouble, right? So again, this all comes down to very personal risk reward, what you're comfortable taking on at this moment in the wake of everything going on. But those are just some of the factors that I've heard and I've talked to some of you guys watching my videos that I thought I wanted to share with you. Again, there's no right answer. It all comes down to what benefits you and what you're willing to take on. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. If you have any questions, any thoughts, shoot them below. And like I said, I get so many phone calls from you guys watching my videos, and I absolutely love it. So if you have any questions, hit me up and I will take care of you.